Aloha, this is Jay. Um, a lot of people know me by my Instagram name. It's also what I use when I perform around town in Hawaii. It's JehLikeJam. Just a quick background on how I got that name. Um, I used to hang out with a group of musicians, people that really got me into music. They're called Jam Fam, and it's just a group of local people here in Oahu that all like to get together on Sunday nights a few years ago, and yeah, they're called Jam Fam. And a couple of my friends, whenever they would call me, they would always be like, "Hey, Jay, like Jam, like you busy? All right, cool." That kind of stuck in my head, and when I got into Instagram and stuff, that's what I put down as my name, and people started using that when I'd signed up to play at different places. They'd call me by my Instagram name, and I don't know, I just kind of stuck to it. Um, so yeah, my name is Jay, Jason. Uh, I've been playing music for 3 years. I've been playing guitar and been performing live for about the last year and a half, almost 2 years. Um, I mostly do loop pedal stuff. Found that to be a really fun way to do music, especially since I live far away from most of my friends. Most of the time that I play music, it's by myself here at home. And looping was a way for me to make sounds that I couldn't otherwise do, jamming solo. And yeah, I've been really having fun with that for the past couple years. Um, what else? I'm a dad. I have a 10-year-old son. He's the coolest. The other day, he got me in trouble, though. He went home after I dropped him off home to his mom's house. I got a text from her, and she's like, "My kid just told me, Mom, I got the hammer." If you're not from Hawaii, I don't know if you're going to understand what that means. Basically, my son was bragging to his mom about the size of his penis. I don't know if he understood what he was saying. I talked to him about it yesterday, and it was hard to not laugh while I was talking to him about it. But yeah, that's just one of the many joys of being a dad of a young person. Um, Me and him, we spend a lot of time together. He gets tired of listening to me practice my music when we're here at home. He loves music, though, just not from daddy. Um, I lead worship for young adults ministry here in Hawaii called Fuse. Um, and I just basically like playing music wherever. Recently, I've been playing um, as many open mics as I can, and that's how I've been scoring most of my gigs. My most recent ones have been in Mililani at this place called Taps and Apps, and I had a lot of fun there. There's a fun crowd. They got us some charity stuff coming up, and some weddings, a bunch of weddings coming up over the next several months. So I'm pretty new to doing music, but I've been blessed to be able to get paid to do what I love doing, regardless. And um, also play for a charity here in Hawaii. It's a nonprofit, not so much a charity. We play for kids in hospitals. It's called Make 'Em Smile. So that's been a lot of fun. Um, yeah, and I've been doing YouTube videos since before I knew how to play music. I was a freestyle rapper and a singer, so I'd use backing tracks and stuff like that. So I have an old YouTube channel that I don't have the password for that's up, and that's EMPLEOJ. If you want to look up some of my older stuff, a bunch of covers and silly things like that. Um, my current one is JEMPLEO, JEHEMPLEO, and that's where my more recent stuff is posted, or on my website, jehmusic.com. Anyways, I've been listening to my friends in San Diego, some of my closest homies in the world, and they've been doing a podcast recently. So today, when I got home from work, I figured I'd give it a shot. I don't know. I'm not good at. I'm pretty sure this is going to be not a very good podcast. The talking part is really awkward. So I will be playing some music. I'm gonna probably just do two songs, like a cover and an original. Um, but just in case anyone was curious, so there's a little bit about me. I'm gonna see if some friends would be down for me to talk with them and record it. I might even post an old one. Me and one of the guys from Jam Fam, Lav. I wanted to start a podcast years ago, and I interviewed him and had him play a song, and it's been sitting on my computer all this time, and I haven't done anything with it. Yeah, so I got my loop pedal and everything set up. I'm gonna do a little cover mashup of Gregory Isaac's Night Nurse mixed with Outcast. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. This is my first time trying to do this through GarageBand and photo booth and with all my gear set up together like this. So it feels weird. There's like a real slight delay in my headphones. So I'm really hoping the timing comes out okay. I got to figure out a better way to do this. If you're watching this and you know a better way for me to try and do this, please hit me up in the comments or, help a brother out. Like, I'm still fresh to this. So I'm going to adjust my levels for singing voice because I sing loud like a crazy person. So here we go. I'm going to try and do this. Hope you guys enjoy. Test. Test. Just to make it quick, woman, take to the sick. Cause it must be something she can do. This heart is broken in two. Tell her it's a case of emergency. It's a patient by the name of Gregory. My only you alone can quench this thirst. But my night nurse, oh Lord, oh the pain is getting worse. I heard my Lord, yeah, it hurts my Lord. See no doubt. The attention from my nurse around the clock. But I say there's no prescription for me. She's the one, my only remedy. My night nurse, only you alone can quench this thirst. My night nurse, sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. Never meant to make you start to cry. I apologize a trillion times. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. Never meant to make you start to cry. I apologize, I apologize. Is it too late to say I'm sorry? Yeah, but I'm missing more than just your body. Yeah. Is it too late to tell you I'm sorry? But I'm missing more than just your body. My minor. Only you alone can quench this thirst. But my minors. All right. Last second there, I figured out that a little bit of Justin Bieber fits in there, so I gave that a shot. I started singing and rapping when I was little, like elementary school days, and always wanted to play an instrument, but never wanted it enough to put the work in to learn until I was at a New Year's Eve party with the Jam Fam guys, and they put on the video of Ed Sheeran doing this loop pedal version of his song "Give Me Love," and my mind melted, and I didn't know that you were able to do that kind of stuff. I was just ignorant to the whole thing, and started learning how to play guitar from then, and that was the first song that I tried to learn, and the first several songs that I learned were all Ed Sheeran songs. And then my friend Ryland, who plays keys for a local band called So Roots, got me into reggae music. Like, I'd always heard it around, like I grew up here in Hawaii, so I was always surrounded by reggae music, but it never really caught me as something that I wanted to be involved with. And when he turned me on to it, it all clicked in my head, like, damn, I love this. I love the feeling, I love the vibe, I love just the way that when reggae music is playing, like, you have to move, like it forces you to become part of it. So a lot of the music that I do is has that skank feeling to it, that like that makes you want to just bounce like that and smile. And I also do a lot of hip hop, and I do some acoustic-y stuff. Most of my original music sounds very I don't know how to describe it. Like acoustic, poppy folk, and the majority of it is faith based. I've tried to write things that are more like popular, things that would appeal to like wider audiences, but the majority of what I write, not all of it, but the most of it ends up being faith-based. So my faith is a big part of who I am, my belief in God and in Jesus Christ. Um, I'm not the type that's gonna go like come at everybody and tell you this is what you need to believe. But for me, myself, um, it's been a powerful thing, and it drives a lot of the music that I write. Um, yeah. Um, so besides music, I work at Costco. So what I really love about that is that my shifts are early in the morning, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning until like 10, 11, or 12, depending. But it gives me an opportunity to stay out late at night and do music. And my bosses have all been real accommodating of me asking for certain days and nights off to do music. And it's been working out really nice for me. And I appreciate the heck out of the people that I work for. Um, they treat me good, and it's really helped me to be able to go out and do what I love while being able to keep my job, which is where I get my benefits. Um, um, yeah, so I'll try and play another song and might uh, see what happens after that, see what pops into my head to talk about. Um, but uh, check out my homie's podcast that got me wanting to do this podcast. It's um, Boogz, Boogz, and Bolo, Bolo podcast. They're on SoundCloud, they're on YouTube, they're on iTunes. They're from a band called Crown Roots. They were formerly known as Almost Islanders. When the homies came out to visit me when I moved back to Hawaii from San Diego, the homie Arvin bought a ukulele out here, and he fell in love with it and started playing it when he went back home to San Diego. And my other homie Andrew um, played Polynesian music for like a halau, and also did like cruises and stuff like that. Him, um, Arvin, and another homie Chris from San Diego, and I don't know who the other guy was. They started a band called Almost Islanders, um, and they have since the band has changed a grip, so it's a lot of different people. But they're now called Crown Roots with a Z, so you can find them at crownrootsofficial.com and check out their podcast. Um, it's cool guys. They do um, island feeling music. But from what I've heard on the podcast, they're gonna start getting a little more funky with it, and I can't wait to hear that. They've been doing that podcast for like a year, and I just got onto it, so I don't know what I'm missing up to the present. I'm up to like late last year so far, so I should be almost caught up with that. But it's cool to hear what they're doing, and it's inspiring because they're just a bunch of regular people. They got together to do music, and now they're chasing their dreams and they're making moves and steps, and it's always inspiring to see people do what you're wanting to do eventually. So props to them. I'm trying to play an original song for you guys, and yeah, hope you guys like it. I'm gonna grab a capo. My friends used to tease me for using a capo, but I use a capo because I don't like transposing. Oh, let me tell you about this song first. Um, it's called "Daddy Don't Let Go." I wrote this on Memorial Day, and it's an imaginary story. There's no real people. I didn't base this on an actual story that I saw in the news or anything, but it was just the idea of how people are uh, going to war and how it affects all of us, but how it especially affects their families, especially the families of people who give their lives while they're out there. So yeah, it's a story of a little boy and his father, uh, mostly. Um, uh, yeah, so I hope you guys like it, and I hope I don't mess it up. I hardly play my originals. I need to work on that. This podcast should help me do that. See your father at the park, little boy with a bike, crying, "Daddy, I'm afraid to ride." I'm going to start that over because I totally forgot the second line. I hope this doesn't happen a lot. I apologize. It's super unprofessional, but it's my first podcast, and I hope all two of you that watch this have patience with me. See your father at the park, little boy with a bike, crying, "Daddy, I'm afraid to ride." Me and my son throw the ball there, see him all the time, so eventually we tell them hi. He says I'm 5.5, Daddy says I'm growing fast, and it's time to lose the training wheels. It's hard and I'm scared of my daddy letting go, but he promises he never will. His daddy knelt down on one knee and told him, "Buddy, I believe in you. Keep your head up, boy, don't stop pushing, and there's nothing that you can't do. Daddy, don't let go, I can't do this without you. I fall when you're not holding me. Don't wanna be a big boy dad if it means you gotta let me go. Don't let go of me." Now it's been a few months since I've seen him at the park when the little boy came riding around. Flew by as my son said hi, started wobbling, then he hit the ground. He didn't cry a single tear, he got right up and he said, "Don't worry, I'm a big boy now. I know I could learn how to do it on my own without daddy here to show me how." Then a woman came running asking if he was okay. He said, "Mom, I'm not a little kid." Smiled, but I couldn't help noticing a chain with 2 wedding bands around her neck. And then I recognized a face from a story on the news about a local boy that lost his life. He wasn't there, God's soldier killed in action overseas, and he left behind a kid and wife. Daddy, don't let go, I can't do this without you. I fall when you're not holding me. Don't wanna be a big boy dad if it means you gotta let me go. Don't let go of me. Said I'm sorry for the pain that your family is suffering. Can I say a prayer for you? Started crying as we stood there talking to the Lord, and the boys started crying too. Father, heal this family, all their pain and wounds. Lord, watch over him, we know he's there with you. He was a good man, lived his life with honor, gave the ultimate sacrifice. And there's no greater love than a man for his friends would give up his own life. Daddy, I'm let go, I'm never without you. I swear I feel you holding me. I'm a big boy dad, I'll grow up to be like you. 'Cause you never let go of me. Daddy, never let go of me. Excuse me, I'm sorry for the mistakes. Yeah, so that song, I pretty much woke up in the morning and everything on TV was about Memorial Day and remembering the sacrifices that people have made over the years in the armed services. And the idea came into my head and I just started running with it. And I think I wrote that song in about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. And it's weird because most of the songs that I've written have kind of happened that way. Like something popped into my head and I wrote it out, and it's usually in under an hour. And those have been the songs that I've written that I like the most. The ones that I like tried to sit down and tried to write um, don't feel as good. I don't know. I don't know if anyone out there can relate, but to me, the songs that just kind of and um, came out naturally, they feel good to me. I don't know. Like I'm not talking about how they sound or uh, like how nice the lyrics came out, but I mean they feel good to me. Um, I think I'm gonna call this the end of the podcast. It's pretty short for a podcast. I think all the ones that I listen to are crazy long, and I like them like that. Most of my day is spent listening to podcasts. Um, but yeah, again, my name is Jay. Thanks for listening or watching or however you got to this. Um, just want to wish you all blessings and aloha and keep jamming. Shoots.